Oh man, oh man, oh man. Not again.
Seems like our bald headed friend Mr. Clean has gotten back on Twitter and caused some chaos. If you are unfamiliar with the situation, Ricochet constantly goes online to defend his actions, to defend his status in wrestling for whatever reason, right? So, if you've been following, I guess, Ricochet's career or how he acts on social media, you come to realize that he's pretty sensitive. So any criticism you may have for him, whether it may be constructive or it just may be harsh, he does a lot of back and forth. So again, his Twitter track record is not pretty good. The other day, after a pay-per-view, it seems like Ricochet went back and forth with a user slash fan, and turns out he told her he's glad she has MS. Now, that strategy online, I've seen a lot of times. I've seen a lot of people get into the comments, they go back and forth with somebody, someone checks out someone's profile, and then if they have dead friends, relatives, or anything that shows a weak point, they use that and try to get a roast. In this situation, Ricochet went ahead and did that. That user had MS, and if you're unfamiliar with MS, it is an uncurable disease. The issue now is he made a post more or less defending what he said. He said that people are constantly in his comments trying to get him and his wife, and that's more or less him double down and trying to justify his behavior. Now, I'm not all for cancel culture, but something should happen about this. Again, for every action, there's a reaction. And as someone who works in a professional sport, someone who is a public figure, usually you run into these type of situations, you'll need to be able to handle them better. For me, I'm someone who's not always on the internet. I don't go into comments to argue with anyone. I look at viewpoints, and that's pretty much about it. But you need to make sure you choose your words wisely when you're online. Just point blank and simple. Whatever you put on the internet, that is your digital footprint. Whether good, bad, or indifferent, whatever you put out there, that's a digital version of you. And now that he said that, he's probably putting his career, if not already put his career in jeopardy, whether he gets suspended without pay or suspended and they donate a portion of his pay to some sort of charity. Whatever situation it is, he's in that. And that's going to affect him long term because people are going to look at this. People are going to remember this. Like, it doesn't matter what you say. Like, different people who suffer from different ailments will look at this and look at it as an attack on them. Whether the person has MS, cancer, HIV, brain tumor, whatever it may be, you got to be careful what you say online, especially when there's conditions that may be deadly, uncurable, and things that people have to live with in their day-to-day lives. So again, like I was saying before, I don't personally believe in cancel culture. I know people make mistakes, people say some crazy things, some people bounce back from some things, some people don't, but it's whatever happens at this point in time is in the hands of Tony Khan. I don't see the benefit of everyone trying to pile into his comments or his wife's comments. Even though Samantha has already deactivated her account, I don't really see the benefit of that. We know and we acknowledge what he says was a shitty thing to say, but there is no benefit of continuing to try to berate. Let Tony Khan and AEW take care of what they need to take care of. Have Ricochet apologize, and even if you guys don't mess with him going forward, that's fine. But trying to get any information on him and try to figure out where he's at and try to target his family and all this other stuff, that's completely unnecessary. We all know what's right and what's wrong. I've seen a tweet for someone saying that for this action there needs to be bloodshed and something needs to happen. We gotta relax. I don't agree with what he says, but two wrongs really don't make a right. We don't have to take it to that level. You know what I mean? I'm sure they can figure out this situation in an amicable way, and we don't have to push the boundaries. Again, whatever you do online, even if you're trying to get revenge on something, people take things too far. Understand that he's he may or may not lose his job. He may get suspended, but we have to see what Tony Khan does. I don't know. What I'm saying overall is Ricochet does have a history of saying things online. And I understand he's trying to live up to this heel persona, but you really have to sit down and think about what you're saying. You have enough time to sit down, type it out, and think it over 2-3 times to see how this will go over on the internet, and hit backspace and delete. But unfortunately, he posted it, and this is where we are now. So they're gonna have to figure out what the next steps are. And again, this is unfortunate, right? Doing heel work versus just kind of saying something that is mad unfortunate, something that's really inappropriate, does affect your stock and just kind of shows where your character is at. So hopefully they could sort this out in a proper manner. And again, everyone, we have a right to be upset. We have a right to have a difference of opinion, but like just take a step back and let whoever's supposed to handle it appropriately.